Good afternoon, family and friends, on this Thursday of the second week of Easter. We are still within the Easter season. I always like to emphasize that these are weeks of Easter. They're not weeks after Easter. That is why the great Easter candle stands here next to the ambo for the 50 days of the Easter festival, to give the impression, at least symbolically, that we're actually reading the scriptures from the light of the great Easter candle. Last week someone asked me about our Easter candle, this year's Easter candle. As you know, most churches, depending on how many baptisms and funerals they have a year, have to get a new Easter candle every year. And normally they're dated. Ours, you can see, has the date 2024 on it. But our candles come from a company up in New Hampshire called Markland Candle Company. The owner of that company, Martin Markland, is a good friend of mine. And the thing I like about the candles he produces up there in New Hampshire, first of all, he has his own beehives. And he makes his own wax from the beehives to make the candles. And all the candles that Markland sells are handmade. They're dipped and so forth, and the colors are added to it, the inscriptions are added to it, all by hand. And each of his candles, particularly his Easter candles, are given names. This year our candle is called Solemnis, after the Latin word for solemn. And you can see on it, there's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end that we use to talk about Christ. He is the beginning and the end. There is the date 2024, and there are 5 nails inserted into the candle, and in the wax of those nails are pieces of incense, and the 5 nails represent the 5 wounds of Jesus. As I said, the candle remains here near the ambo for the 50 days of the Easter festival, and then when Easter is completed, the candle will be moved back to the baptismal font where it will stand, and the candle is lit during the rest of the year every time we celebrate baptism and every time we celebrate a funeral. And I remind people it really marks our comings and goings as a Christian community. And as the year progresses, the candle gets shorter and shorter until next Easter, when we get another one, a new one, again from the Markland Candle Company. And if you want to have some fun, go to the Markland Candle Company website called marklandcandle.com. That's M-A-R-K-L-I-N, candle.com. And you can see all the beautiful candles that that company makes. And you can also click on different things to actually see the history of their company and also the history of their beehives. It's a wonderful thing to look at, to see where actually the wax comes from that are used to make these candles. There are more than 51% beeswax from beehives right there at the Markland Candle Company up in New Hampshire. So if you want to have a little fun, get on your computer and go to marklandcandle.com and see the whole history of the company and the whole history of candle making, particularly the Easter candles, the Paschal candles. You know, with Easter sort of in our rearview mirror, but even though we're still in the weeks of Easter, our annual festival is just slightly over a month away. Can you believe it? We're almost getting ready for our annual festival. And this year that festival will take place from Tuesday, May 14th through Sunday, May 19th. And 50/50 tickets, which were mailed out last week, they're already starting to come back. We're starting to get those numbers in, and so get those raffle tickets back. And if you need more raffle tickets, just contact the parish office, or we'll have them available in church on the weekends. You can pick them up in the sacristy. Let's see how high we can get that super 50/50 this year as we move into the festival beginning on May 14th through Sunday, May 19th. As always, with the festival, volunteers are going to be needed to help man the games and so forth and do other various things. And so this coming weekend, Matt Cavallo, who's one of the co-chairs of our annual festival, he'll be speaking at all the masses here at Our Lady of the Valley at Holy Cross to get people interested in volunteering. And we'll also have the volunteer forms available after Mass at both churches. So we really need the volunteers to make our festival a huge success. And it always is a success. You come to our festival, you see how many thousands and thousands of people converge here at Our Lady of the Valley each year. And I think one of the things that makes ours so successful, we're one of the first festivals in the entire area each year. So it's a way to get people out into the beautiful spring weather, out into the fresh air, and out to have some fun with great rides, great games, and great food. So that's coming up very soon. Also, the letters for re-registration for faith formation have gone out in the mail. So please, when you get that letter, make sure you be mindful of the dates listed on that letter. And as part of that, as you know, always catechists are needed for our faith formation program. I always remind people that one of the most important things we do as Roman Catholics is we pass on our faith to the generations that come after us. And in order for that to happen, we need catechists to help us as teachers in the faith formation program all the way from first grade all the way through confirmation in high school. And so if by chance you feel called to that, hopefully you will be, please contact the parish offices and we can get the information from you and figure out what class would be perfect for you to teach and be a catechist in. Because basically you're sharing your faith. It's really not teaching, it's more sharing of your faith, and all instructions are given to you, all the help you need to do it. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be involved with the young people of our parish. So please consider being a catechist for the coming year for our faith formation program here at Our Lady of the Valley and Holy Cross. And finally, our Knights of Columbus are sponsoring a comedy night on Saturday, April the 20th. And I'm told that this is a PG family event, and there are 3 comics coming. And tickets for that event will begin being sold this weekend after Mass here at Our Lady of the Valley. So look forward to that. It's wonderful to have one of these lovely programs happening again during the Easter season. So enjoy the rest of this week, and we'll see you this weekend as we celebrate the 3rd Sunday of Easter. Enjoy the day. Thanks for listening.